The moment I stepped into that room, the air thick with tension, I knew the quiet whispers were about me. The smug smiles, the sideways glances, the ones who never bothered to look me in the eye they knew. They all thought I was nothing. A failure. The man who couldn't provide for his wife, who couldn't keep her happy. But they were wrong. They didn't know the truth. No one did. They only knew what she told them. For years, I had been the butt of their jokes, the punchline to their insults. And as they spoke behind my back, I told myself I'd had enough. I wasn't the broken man they thought I was. No, I was smarter than that. I would make them all see who I really was. My wife had woven a web of lies, painting me as a failure, and I was sick of being the scapegoat. She was the one who was hiding things. Things that I had discovered in the dead of night, after months of quiet suspicion. Affairs. Secret debts. Lies piled upon lies. And now, I was ready to expose her. It wasn't just the lies. It was the way she had broken me down, chip by chip, over the years. I tried. I truly did. But the harder I worked, the more she belittled me. The more she told her family I couldn't support her dreams. That I wasn't enough. It hurt every time. But in my gut, I knew something wasn't right. Her sudden late nights. The hidden phone calls. The way she'd shut down whenever I asked simple questions about her life. The night I found the evidence was the night I made the decision. There, in the middle of her messy drawer, was a letter from a bank. Her debt was sky high, all the while she had pretended to be the perfect wife, the perfect partner. But it wasn't just the debt. It was the message from her lover, an old high school boyfriend she'd been seeing behind my back for months. That was the final straw. I didn't scream. I didn't cry. I planned. I gathered my evidence. I made copies of the emails, the bank statements, the love letters. I spoke to a lawyer in secret. I knew exactly what to do when the moment came. The family reunion came faster than I expected. I had been invited, of course. She had to play the perfect wife, didn't she? But what she didn't know was that I had already planted the seeds of my revenge. As I entered the hall, I could feel the weight of their stares. The mockery was thick in the air, but I didn't flinch. The family was all there, her parents, her brother, cousins, aunts, uncles watching me, waiting for me to stumble, waiting for me to break. I had always been the weak link in their eyes. The one who couldn't keep up. The failure. She was smiling, standing in the corner with her parents, trying to act like nothing was wrong. But I saw through the facade. I saw the nervousness in her eyes as I approached the center of the room. "Everyone," I said, voice calm, yet it carried through the room, drawing every eye toward me. "I think it's time we had a little talk." Her smile faltered. Her face went pale. "You all know me as the failure, right?" I continued, every word punctuated with growing intensity. "The man who can't hold his life together. The one you love to mock when I'm not around." A laugh from her cousin rang out. I didn't flinch. "What if I told you that the failure is the one who's been hiding the truth?" The room grew quiet. All eyes locked onto me. Her face twisted with fear as I walked slowly toward the podium at the front of the room, the evidence in my hand, my heart pounding but my expression cold. "I'm done letting her lie about me. And about everything. You all think you know her, but you have no idea who she really is." I set the files down with a loud thud. There was no turning back now. Her family stared, confused. But I could see the flicker of recognition in their eyes as they glanced at her. They were starting to understand something wasn't right. "I know about the affair," I said, the words dripping like poison. "The one she's been having with her old high school sweetheart. The one you don't know about. I know about the secret debt she's been racking up, while pretending everything is fine. The lies she's been feeding you. And I'm done with it. Her face was unreadable now, but her clenched fists were a dead giveaway. Do you want to know what else I know? I let the silence hang before continuing. I know how much you've been laughing behind my back, telling everyone I'm not enough. How you've spent months destroying my reputation to make yourself feel better. Well, here's the truth. I slammed the papers down one by one. I'm not the failure. She is. The room was dead silent. Her family stared at her, some in shock, others in disbelief. She couldn't even look at me. Her eyes were on the floor, her lips trembling. You've been hiding your affair for months, lying about me. But I'm done. You don't get to control the narrative anymore. I took a step back, giving her a final look. This is over. Her parents were the first to break the silence, but it wasn't with the support she expected. They turned to her, their faces clouded with anger and betrayal. I could hear the whispers, the murmurs, the collective shock that filled the room. But through it all, there was one thing that I couldn't ignore, the weight lifting off my shoulders. The burden of her lies, of her manipulation, finally shattered. As I turned to leave, I didn't look back. She would have to face the consequences of her actions now. And me? I walked out of that room, finally free. And that felt like victory.